So we have 4 adults here. Well, as all of you know, my name is Sarah. We already all know each other, so we're not going to do introductions. Today I am going to share with you my first experience as a new military wife, which happened to be Daryl and I, and my husband, our first move. But before I go into telling you that, I'm going to give you a little bit of history. My husband and I had just graduated from college 2 months prior to our move. We were newlyweds. Daryl had just pinned on second lieutenant. We knew nothing about the Air Force. It was pretty limited. And we had just got orders to move from Seattle to Texas. And for your first move, you don't have any money. They don't give you any money, and they don't give you movers. So we were a little nervous, to say the least. We were young. We were inexperienced. But we were full of hope, excitement, and the opportunities that laid ahead. However, I can't lie and say I wasn't anxious. I was nervous. I was a little anxious about life away from family and in an area I was not familiar with. I felt a mixture of a whole bunch of emotions. High, lows, they were kind of all mixed in together. My husband was super excited because it was going to be his first excitement. So I was excited for him, but I was sad also to just leave family behind. So as we were sitting in the driveway of my mom's house, Daryl was driving the U-Haul. We had a Jetta attached to the back of our U-Haul, and we were waving goodbye. And I was so sad, but I was so excited for our new life journey, and then to be doing that with the man I loved, because we were just married, and we were excited, but it was really sad to see them wave goodbye and know that it was just never going to be the same. So on this journey, it took us 5 days to go from Washington to Texas. And we quickly learned that the U-Haul, it doesn't go over 70. So it was definitely a 5-day drive. So in this journey, I learned 3 really important lessons. So the first important lesson I learned was that Daryl and I, we were on our own. It was just him and I. And to be a military spouse meant that not only am I marrying a man, I am marrying the Air Force too, and that all we had was each other. That if something went wrong, whether it be on the journey or at the next base, we were on our own. That was it. There was no one to help us. It was just him and I, and we were going to have to be committed, and we were going to have to put our faith in God that everything would be okay. The second lesson that I learned was moving cross country is no easy feat, especially when you are 21 and 22 years old and you have no money because you're poor. It's right after college, and just the experiences that you learn are phenomenal, and you just don't think ahead when you're 21, 22. You're just so excited. You don't think about some of the things that may come up along the way. How to budget for that type of move, how to take what little money you had and stretch it out over 5 days, where we were going to stay in a hotel, gas, how we were going to find a place to live when we got to Texas. Interestingly enough, we were driving, and we were in Texas, and it was really late at night in West Texas, and we were almost out of gas. So nice lesson is don't drive to the middle of the desert at night when you don't have gas. Everywhere was closed. It was kind of one of those tough moments, but we learned a lot, that is for sure. And the last experience was that even though the Air Force gives you hardships and makes you stretch yourself to the limit of where you just don't know if you can go on, the experiences, the life lessons, and the people that you meet, they are blessings. And they are blessings in a way that they're rewards that money could never buy, and you would never trade it for the world. They are experiences that you would never have had if you just stayed at home. I have met so many wonderful people, and they have truly changed my life and have shaped who I am today. And without the Air Force, I would have never had that. So even though my first journey was difficult, and several that came after were just as hard, I wouldn't change it ever. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Thank you.